We have an in-person interview today. These are always just so much more fun. Chace Crawford, how are you doing? Welcome.
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having me, you know.
You have a beer with you.
I did. That's how, it's the best green room when you walk in with the six-pack of Pine Coors. Yeah.
We have...
Nice. And a massive screen, massive TV.
You're the first person to ever do that for us. Other pods, I can't speak on other podcasts, but no one's ever... There's so much alcohol in this office.
So much. So much.
There's alcohol for brands that they discontinued it years ago.
It's better than Four Loko, I guess, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
not that,
I think they wouldn't have allowed you to do the interview if we did. Imagine if you walked in.
It's illegal now.
I think they would have shooed you away, been like, "This guy's not right. We can't interview him."
There's a Four Loko that we have here. It's like a pregame version. It's like this tiny bottle that you can hide in your pants and drink on the way to the bar. Yeah, it's very really
it's not good.
Up.
That's safe.
Yeah.
The Boys, season 3.
Yep.
I believe as this interview airs, 4 episodes out or 3. I think it's.
I think we'll be
4.
4 will be out by the time that this interview airs.
Yeah, I think 5 airs this Friday.
Yeah.
You've been talking to a lot of people about the show, but we have to mention off the top. There's one storyline that is making the rounds for you. I feel like when you do a press, there's always one thing that latches on to the actor or actress who's doing interviews. For you, it happens to be a bulge story.
Mm-hmm. Is that going around right now?
It's everywhere. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
If you search your name, it's the only thing at the top.
Yep.
It is very funny.
Shit, I ruined. Yeah. Oh my god. I guess we've been doing a press tour, and I think I told the story of it recently.
Yeah.
But,
which those who don't know, your character was there was one existing photo of your character having a. I think it's being described by most sites are not Barstool, so they try to keep it very PG, but comically large penis has been used multiple times.
Right.
And then said that Amazon, I think the quote you said was that you guys heard that Amazon said, that can't fucking happen, we've got to take that out.
Yeah.
I didn't, did they say, I said that, I didn't say that, but I lied. There was no foam penis, it's really just me.
Yeah, that was the actual story. That's the real story.
No, I didn't say that. That was, I think it was Eric Kripke, the creator. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and Kripke was like, it'd be really funny if the Deep, sometimes had a raging erection, when in a scene for no reason. Which is on paper a funny idea, but they took it kind of literally and had all these foam, little deeps, as the box was named. And but in reality, they padded in there on the first day of filming, which was this scene in front of 2,000 people, me walking out introducing Starlight in the pilot episode, and they haven't given any notes to Kripke the entire time, and that was the first call he got.
First one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that out and take that out forever. So
there's remaining proof that it's on one calendar that was sold. It's a promotional calendar.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like a mall kiosk.
Yeah, right. I did this, but we'd already done the photo shoot with it, so there was a few random shots of whatever, but. Yeah, and then that calendar was hilarious and sort of made the rounds as well at the time. So that's great.
It is. This season was awesome. We were fortunate enough to get screeners of the entire thing. You had some big new additions to the cast, obviously Jensen being the huge one. Well, what do you think? Is there a sort of not a hazing process, but an onboarding process for new cast members to the show, and how crazy it's going to get?
Yeah. We make them sit on an ice block and a jockstrap and just be.
You make them wear a giant fake dick.
And we beat the shit out of them for a week.
Yeah. I used the prosthetic, foam penis. We, slapped him around a bit. Mm-hmm. No, he actually he's a Texas guy. I didn't know him before, but he's a big golfer. So everything was shut down in Toronto up there. I like to golf, and so we golfed as much as we could with Carl Urban as well. So I got to know Jensen pretty well that way. But that was really all there was to do up there at the time. So
that's the most milquetoast onboarding process I think I could possibly imagine, especially for The Boys, which is a show that is so raunchy and crazy.
Right.
Yeah, we golf sometimes.
Can we go golfing? Yeah. It's perfect. It's doing our polo. We go golfing.
So far with this season, it's 3 seasons of, I would say, exponentially increasing craziness. What has been your favorite scene to film so far, personally from the character of the Deep?
The favorite scene to film was probably the Gill, the singing and talking
with
to
Patton
Mike Gills.
Oswalt,
With Patton Oswalt, even though his voice was dubbed over later, so it was. In the room, it was just a fun day. It was kind of the second unit, wasn't main unit, so they kind of had all day to we had all day to screw around and shoot it. So yeah, we got to do a bunch of interesting like shots. I needed like a slow motion of me like crying, you know, about singing the song and having this mushroom trip breakdown, which I thought was a great addition, great curveball to the story. So
it was so much fun. And in this season specifically, I feel like a lot of this season has to do with power and power dynamics more than anything else.
Right.
And your character, the Deep, I think has a great scene with that, specifically with Homelander, like having a power trip with the Deep. And this scene is already out, and people have talked about the scene where you have to eat
Timothy.
Poor Timothy.
Yeah, justice for Timothy, hashtag.
Which in that scene I think is so interesting because it is so intense, but it's also very funny. Like,
right.
How is it hard? Is it hard to like strike that balance?
Yeah, it is hard to strike the balance. I mean, yeah, and you nailed it. It was a loyalty test. Was the heart of that scene, and sort of the Deep is so desperate to please Homelander and to hang on to his identity in the Seven and stay in the Hill. You know, obviously is willing to do anything, and so yeah, no, it was. It was interesting. Yeah, it is hard to strike that balance. I mean, a lot of times we don't really know, like, tonally how it's going to work, like the tonal shifts, like, you know, when the Deep's fucking, like trying to save a dolphin from ocean land. Yeah. I'm like, how is this going to fit? But somehow it's like the boys, the other soups, and then, like, the Deep's on his own little, you know, storyline. But somehow it works. They you know, it's just kind of part of our weird, bizarre show, and sometimes it's kind of funny and weird and also like, ooh, like gross, and that thing, it turned out a lot like harder to watch than I had imagined it. I'm like, oh, they really, you know, went off on the CGI there. They spent a lot of money on that. It looks disgusting.
So the opening scene from this season, most people have seen it by now, but the dick hole explosion. So when we first got the screeners, they were previs. So the screeners we saw, it was just like this guy. It looked so fucking goofy. Yeah. And I was like, I couldn't really tell what was happening because of the previs effects. And then they just zoom out to this guy's dick hole exploding. And that scene, I think, is like, that's one where I think when you guys are filming the scenes, like, I can't even imagine what you, like, in your head, what you're thinking the scene's going to look like in the final product, right?
Oh my God. I mean, I read those first 20 pages of the script, and, you know, we hadn't even gotten scripts in a long time because it's 2020. I'm like, oh, great. Like, got the popcorn ready and sat down. I'm like, I fucking forgot. Yeah, it's like I forgot about this. Got to take a walk around before I finish the rest of the script.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm like, my first thought was, glad I'm not a part of that. Yeah. I'd love to see that. I'm glad I don't have anything to do with that yet. I'll just be an audience.
Have you had a moment with the script like you put it down? You're like, I need like a 5-minute break.
Yeah,
just like the absurdity of
probably this year. Yeah, my storyline this year.
Yeah,
probably, but yeah, you know.
So for one episode that people haven't seen yet is Herogasm, and that's one where I've been telling people, like, set your watch to this because, like, this is the one that's gonna blow your shit up.
And have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah,
I love it.
It is so good. It's crazy.
Okay,
but can you give your elevator pitch for that episode, because that one you have obviously a big part to play in that one, and there's just so many great scenes that happen within it. So what's
amazing. You know, I haven't seen it yet, but I like to watch them as they come out. So I'm gonna watch the 5th one this week, but. Oh my God! Yeah, it's like it's basically it's based on one of the comic books. It's based on like a famous sort of. I'm trying to like think of the elevator pitch, but basically it takes place on an island outside of the world of the boys, and all the superheroes go there and they have a giant orgy. It's basically that's the elevator pitch, and to be able to bring that idea and somehow be able to put it on television, I don't know how they accomplished it, but Kripke and the writers did. And so I just remember that week or 2 weeks. It felt like actually it was like a month, but everyone was like coming back and like, have you been to set yet? Have you seen the set? You know, like it was like a war zone in there.
Literally.
We're just ripping cigarettes, and like crew members are like, oh fuck. But yeah, and then some of the guys were like, I've never seen dailies like this in my life. Dailies are what, you know, the visuals they get. Yeah, and then when I got there, it was kind of disparate. Like, people were shooting their own stuff, and Jack Quaid's got to be in his birthday suit a lot
the whole time,
season,
basically.
Which I love, which I personally think is hilarious. And Jensen too, he's like, oh, man, that was tough.
Yeah.
It's like tough to maintain eye contact with other people. But yeah, it takes place in this one house in Toronto that was like this very weird like 70s.
Yeah.
That they said the Rolling Stones used to like have after parties from concerts
sense.
in the 70s. I'm like, that does make sense. I'm like, yeah, they're, you know, probably was a lot.
Don't run a UV light over that before or after.
yeah.
It's not gonna be a pretty sight.
Yeah.
It's like a Jackson Pollock painting, or like the joke goes.
I'm sure it is. But yeah, when I was doing my weird scene, I kept seeing corner of my eye, like in the pool, just a bunch of naked people. I was like, okay, I got to refocus. But it was interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to
say the least.
Obviously, so much in this space, in this genre, is based around, and whether it be the MCU shows, and DC has shows coming out soon. But like, does it give you and everyone else involved just a little extra juice, knowing it's like, damn, it's like they got a billion properties, both of them, and we have this thing here that is really like truly like your own at this point, and in early stages, but at the same time has broken through that wall, which very few things can do. Like, does that give you like, is that like a big pride booster for you?
It is, and I guess Jack and I were talking about it recently because there's an ocean of stuff out there, and you know what I mean. We were just happy to find this one thing, and initially, and thinking, oh, it's going to be this cool sort of. Not indie, but almost like maybe a smaller niche sort of a thing that's like kind of making fun of the bigger world. But to be able to break through is a point of pride to kind of break through the collective consciousness. Yeah, and maybe I'll end up pitching a deep spinoff. We'll see what happens. But no, it'd be fun to continue as long as possible, to be honest. So we have a blast. I mean, it's the most fun I've ever had doing anything. So
it's in Amazon is like they have you guys and they have Invincible, which are arguably 1A, 1B, like the best superhero shows running in the world right now. And again, I'm curious from your perspective what it's like, sort of getting people to tune into these shows, which don't have connections to those massive IP properties like Marvel, DC, which have like you got to watch this show, Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like because it's connected to 50 other things. But like this one, like you're like, it's weird to say it's connected to Amazon and call it an indie, but it is really in that sense like kind of an independent thing.
It is in a sense, yeah, and it really has become its own thing. I mean, it really has sort of like expanded into this own world, and they are, I guess they did like The Boys Diabolical, which was like an animated series, and then they're doing like a more of a teen sort of show, coming out. I'm excited to actually see what they're doing there. But it is, when we started, we thought it was just going to be, I was a little surprised to see how many people responded to it. It's definitely a bit of a different demographic than Gossip Girl, and so it's nice. Nice to have like that fan base, but also. It's like high school kids and a lot of women as well will love it, and it's the TSA guys at the airport. They're always the most
really
for some reason. They're like the D man, I come in, they're like the D baby. I'm like, get some drugs on me. You're just looking me up and down. I didn't know.
You're like the Beatles to TSA guys. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's hilarious. So those reactions have been fun to.
You tried to cut lines at TSA, like, have you got Amazon? That'd be maybe the greatest perk. Is just easier air travel.
My suit vest under my shirt.
You don't need pre-check or anything. You're just like they wave you right through. They're like, come to the front of the line. No, you're not waiting.
My shoes off. They take my superhero suit off.
I have like my deep booties on. Yeah. So. That's always fun.
Kind of crossing the line.
Well, speaking of those other ones, though, is there a Marvel or DC character you think that would fit into your universe seamlessly without changing much?
Like basically one that's an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess Deadpool might be the only.
That's true.
Or now I think they accepted him into the Marvel, right? He wasn't before,
yes.
right?
So they say yes. Yeah.
Deadpool probably. I mean, who would you think? I'm trying to think of someone.
It's tough because I feel like all the soups are too goody to be in the Boys universe.
Right. I mean, it's
like the reality of superheroes.
Batman inherently is a dick.
That's true.
Right.
Especially the Robert Pattinson Batman. He's got a little more of a mean streak to him. He's got demons.
Of an edge. I mean, that'd be interesting though too, to see Batman kind of become a part of our world,
become like corporatized.
Yeah. To see like where that would lead if there was like a real actual dark Batman. Yeah, that'd be cool.
What if it's the George Clooney Batman?
So then the nipple suit's out. You know what I mean?
Nipple suits gotta come in. Yep.
A dark Robin might be funny though. That would be like him in the deep.
I think they kind of explore that a little bit in this season too, like because they talk to the Robin of Soldier Boy, who's I forget the character's name. It's like the ammo guy, the gun guy.
Paycheck or something. I mean, Payback. Right?
Yeah, yes. Like so they kind of explore that.
Right.
That would be a good name for a superhero, though.
Yeah.
So I like how you mentioned like the TSA fan interactions, because I'm curious when it comes to that and Gossip Girl, just which fan base gets crazier between the two, and like if there's one fan interaction specifically that stands out to you, because we love asking people that if people have been like big franchises.
No, great. No, it's great. I'm trying to think for the deep. It's been for the boys. It's been amazing. It's just been interesting. It's been like an eclectic mix. Like with Gossip Girl, if I'm walking, down the street in New York or something, there's some tourists. I know a very specific group of people to avoid. You know what I mean? It's very straightforward. I just sort of like The Fugitive, just sort of like.
You wear the hat, you tip.
Yeah. You go across the street. But with the boys, you never really know. But I had a TSA guy. I just walked in and he just was like, and he just started laughing and kind of slapped me. I was like, go through, man.
Don't even worry about it.
I was like, nice to meet you. And that was the funny. He really like died laughing, and that was it. So.
So coming into this interview, the headlines for this season for you were a bulge. Now it's going to be that you've exposed the TSA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's no longer the bulge.
TSA lets Hollywood stars in with no screening. Yeah,
He's carrying like a bazooka with him, and like they just waved him through.
Right.
No one
We're
cared.
gonna get so many employees in trouble.
Knives in my shoes. Yeah, I didn't even know it.
Shifting gears, football. We got to talk about football. I want to give you a football
Nice.
movie world that you can create. You're a Cowboy. You're Cowboys.
Right. Yeah.
If you could make, doesn't have to be about the Cowboys though. If you could make a football movie,
Right.
you had the option. You could play anybody. You could write it. You could direct it. Could be a series too. What would
Okay.
you make? Would you go Cowboys? Would you do something different? Is there a football player you'd ever want to play?
God, that's a very, very good question. Oh man, I mean, it would be fun to do just a specific story on like the '90s, or the early '90s Cowboys when I was growing up. With like Dion and everyone on the team and Emmitt Smith. I mean, that might be a little boring for people
Barstool
outside
Sports
of it.
employee Deion
Barstool
Sanders.
Sports
That's
employee.
right.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a true story.
Does work
Very
for us.
true.
Wait, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's right. I think
His
I did
behind
see
the
that.
scenes, his behind the scenes of his Jack State is a Barstool thing.
Yep.
Yeah. If you go,
That's
I
great,
swear to God, if
man.
you go on our website and you go to our bloggers
Oh yeah,
page,
he's
Okay.
there.
it's like two dumpy white guys like us.
And
Like
it's-
one row, it's Deion Sanders.
Oh, and then Leonard Fournette.
yeah, Leonard Fournette is
Leonard
on there.
Fournette,
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Very
Dion's 30 for 30 was incredible, by the way. You know what I mean? But
90s Cowboys would be very, because I almost feel, I mean, you're talking to two football fans who have not enjoyed much success. I'm a
No.
Browns fan, he's a Chargers
I was going to
fan.
ask you who your team is. Okay.
They're-
Yeah.
We're both suffering.
Yeah.
Well, Herbert's good.
Oh, he's all- like, yeah,
exciting.
now-
He's one of the most exciting ones to watch.
Nothing interesting
right now.
happening with the
Now
Browns
we're in great.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even worry about the Browns.
Yeah,
Just sweep that under the rug.
I feel as though, especially because nowadays in this generation, it's like so social media driven. The Cowboys get so much flack for obvious reasons, but like
Right.
the '90s team, I feel like they deserve almost like kind of what the Lakers just got, though maybe not as chaotic with
Right.
their series, but that'd be quite, because even like the end of that era.
What happened with Jimmy Johnson was kind of a bummer, right? They could have maybe had a real dynasty set up, but that sort of fell apart after two. But
Because I feel like a Jerry Jones series would be rather interesting.
that'd be fun. Tony and I mean, well, listen, him and I in the pandemic, I have a buddy of mine. We pitched a loose pitch to Showtime, and then we're developing a show with Showtime actually. But it's
Oh,
not
nice.
it's not based on it's total fiction. It's more. Set well, the elevator pitch is like Succession meets maybe not. It's not. Friday Night Lights isn't the right crossover, but it'd be about more of a character family driven drama on the ownership side. But it's not based on any ownership. But
Is this draft day 2?
Yes, exactly.
Here.
it's any given Sunday 3. No, it's going to be totally different than any of that stuff. But it is tough to do. Sports are the toughest thing to do. No matter
It
what
is.
it is logistically to
You
try.
almost never make it look good. It's so hard to get like even
Do you
make
have
any
a favorite
football scene
football
look
movie?
good.
Right. I mean, what's the? Oh, I'm trying to think of the show or the. What was the college one? I'm blanking. The college.
Like Last Chance of You or something like that.
I
Or-
love Last Chance U.
Great
That's
show,
a
yeah.
great documentary.
Yeah, not really like
yeah.
a fiction, obviously, but
It's not the program. I can't remember the name of it, but I mean, there hasn't been too many either. By the way, there's been any given
I remember
Sunday.
this is the popular one, Playmakers on ESPN.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah, yeah,
Playmaker.
yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Unreal
I was
show.
blanking on the name. I kept thinking something else, but yeah, that was a great show. Yeah, it was.
What's your favorite
incredible.
football movie?
I mean, I loved Bull Durham, which wasn't football, but I mean,
you a tin cup guy?
Big Tin Cup guy.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Controversial
Big-
movie on this podcast.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah.
My dad, I'm a big golf family. My dad hated the ending of that movie. It drove him crazy.
It is a tough.
We talked to Don Johnson about it too, didn't
Yes.
we? We were like,
Did you?
Yeah,
I
and we were
worked
like,
with Don Johnson. He's great. Yeah.
And we were like, well, does it make you mad that like you essentially got cucked by this guy, Kevin Costner, who sucked? He was terrible. He was a terrible guy. Like it wasn't fair. You were the hero of that story.
and I relive it all the time on the golf course with
Yep.
12 shots trying to make take one on the green. But yeah, it's.
I'm a Texas guy. I'm from Austin, so I always pick Friday Night Lights. I was
cool. Yeah,
it was a movie that I didn't. You're like, all right, this is cool, but is this real? And then I went to school in Austin, and then I was like, wow, this is
real. That's how it is. No,
really
that's definitely that might be the best one. I mean, then there's Remember the Titans, and all that. But Friday Night Lights was great, man. Yeah, Billy Bob. Yeah.
Call your eventual Cowboys football movie, which you're obviously making. You can call it a hot day because they peaked in the 90s. There you go. There's your perfect.
There's your free.
There's your free title.
It won't have anything to do with the Cowboys, but yeah, it would be fun to do one on the 90s. Yeah,
we heard 90s, actually. We did an interview with Tim Simons, who was in Draft Day.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Of great Veep fame. He said to us that the NFL, after the first pass of the movie with Draft Day, said, you got to change this. You can't have any teams draft a bust.
None of them.
You got to
lose.
make that player. He can be weird and he can be unwanted, but you can't say he was a bust because none of the teams will agree to be in the movie if that happens.
Interesting.
So nobody
won't look bad.
So if you watch that movie and you don't think about it, but like the main, I guess the villain, Bo Callahan, like he's not a bust. Because the NFL said you can't use our teams if you say any of our teams drafted a bust.
That's an amazing story because dealing with
NFL
real logos
too.
and real
exactly.
It's also like do you do like the fictional side where it's like any given like the Sharks or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of annoying. It's tough to not to.
It's hard to immerse when it's fake like that.
Yeah, right.
Which is almost like when you're watching like XFL or whatever, and it's like I was about to say the Commanders, which was now a football team.
Right now they're
like
football
the
team.
Rear Admirals of San Diego. I'm like, I know
Makers,
yeah,
the mudslingers. It's like a little bit.
It's tough to
silly,
immerse.
So yeah.
All right, we have a 6-pack of rapid fire questions for you.
Perfect.
First one: rank these Chases yourself, Vinny Chace of Entourage, Chase Utley, or Chevy Chase.
We just were a fake.
Probably Chace Utley, actually. Yeah, I met him. Yeah. He's awesome. I mean, he had a great career. Yeah,
He did.
Number one Chase. Would you rank yourself ahead of the other Chases? Obviously, one of them being a fake Chase. Vinny Chase.
He's a fictional
Where would you
Chase.
be out of those four?
Adrian Grenier.
This is where we try to get your ego. We try to have you boost your own ego.
Yeah.
I mean, Entourage was great. I mean, you know what I mean? It'd be fun to redo something like that. Vinny Chase, He got a Scorsese movie. Yeah, he's great.
And Aquaman, actually.
And he was.
Oh, that's right.
What an odd tie.
It was kind of like funny at the time, but realistic. And you're like, that'll never happen, and it did.
And it's funny considering the deep too. It
Yeah,
all comes full
exactly.
circle here.
Big debate: Whataburger versus In-N-Out.
Whataburger. I'm Texas.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wanted to make
love
sure. I didn't know if like
I love Whataburger.
I was worried. That's for me. It's like a fucking religion.
I wanted to make sure you weren't a phony right there. That was his like Texas check.
yeah.
Like,
No, yeah. Whataburger.
I would've got up and walked out.
Yeah, and that's no joke. I mean, I like In-N-Out, but Whataburger is its own special place.
It is just. I have like blankets. It's just. It's one of those weird like Texas things.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is now a cult.
Oh
Like,
man, it's amazing every time I'm back. Yeah.
All right, next one. You can pick which one of these you want. It's a would you rather, I guess. You can either have the Cowboys three-peat, championship Super Bowls, or you can make a trilogy of the biggest movies of all time. So like you can make like a Lord of the Rings, essentially.
Okay.
So
You
that's
being-
your pick.
you being the star.
Me
Be
being
the
the
star
star, okay.
of Lord of the new Lord of the Rings, so to speak, or the Cowboys have another three-peat. Or not another, but just a three-peat.
If we could go back in time and Tony be the Tony, Romo be the quarterback, I mean, I might have to pick the three-peat if he's in the seat there. Yeah, that would be unbelievable.
So that's a no to Dak 3P, and he told you that. That's what you're getting at.
But I love Dak too. But if I could be in any franchise that's already happened,
You could be in one you can be basically in the new version of Lord of the Rings. Like this
You create
trilogy is
the
gonna be
next
amazing.
greatest trilogy of all
Yeah,
time.
and you're the star of it.
that's tempting too.
Yeah.
That's tempting too. I probably what trilogy would we go with? We could do a deep trilogy. It'd be just
Could, yeah.
just
Yeah, there you
Deeper.
go.
Be
Just like the book, yeah.
like Tropic Thunder.
Because then you can
but
maybe you can even
Scorcher, yeah.
yeah.
I love that movie so much.
convince Jerry buy the team, then win Super Bowls with you as the owner too. You
Yes.
can do that.
Right.
A guy who for sure is going to sell the Cowboys, Jerry Jones.
He's desperate for cash.
Here's a little quiz about yourself. You posted 2 photos ever on your not very often used Twitter. One is you drinking. What's the other photo? Do you know what it is?
Is there one of me drinking? I don't even remember.
There's one of you drinking. Yes.
Maybe it's been hacked. I don't know.
It was sick. It was 7 years ago. But do you know what the other
7
one
years
is?
ago? Yeah.
The other one's it's a very blurry photo. Do you know who it is? It's of a musician.
No, I actually don't even know. That's hysterical.
Bono. You were at a U2 concert, I think.
Was I? Okay. Oh my God, I don't even remember. That's how. Sadly, much I don't use Twitter. Maybe I need to log
No,
in
that's
after
good
this.
Hop back on there and
We'll
be
be
like,
the third. We'll just
tweet at Bono. Hey, what's going on?
2012 Bono. Yeah.
What's up, The Edge?
Feels
What's
like
happening?
it's been hacked. I think.
All right, you could play one real life person on a show or a movie. Who would it be? Any human person, real person, obviously.
Play real life.
Yeah.
In real life on a show or movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good question. For some reason, my mind went to Tiger Woods. I could never be like Tiger Woods. But I just instantly thought, I'm like, I would love to see a Tiger movie.
Oh my God.
Without me as a star,
I got some
that would obviously.
Yeah,
We
never
got
there
some
you go.
bad news for you.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
You could play like
be
Rory.
the GM of the producer of the movie.
Yeah.
Try and
You
make
could
that
be his
happen.
daddy.
Yeah.
Stevie. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of sick.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be a good character. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But that's where my mind went for some reason. I want to see a Tiger movie without me as a star.
I am not your agent. I don't cast roles for you, but I have to tell you, I don't think you'll get the time.
Yeah, somebody tell us.
I don't
Just
think so
don't.
either. Yeah.
Last one.
gotta happen, though.
Speaking
We
of
gotta-
golf, great segue. Dream foursome. Dream golf foursome.
Oh my God, that's a good one. Okay, I gotta say Tiger's one of them.
Easy, yeah.
MJ maybe. But
MJ would worry me though, because your pockets better be deep. You're playing
Right,
golf with
right,
MJ.
right.
Well, you could hustle him too. Don't
right,
forget.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Very easily.
Maybe we exclude. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Including yourself, obviously. I guess just three people.
Okay,
yeah.
so the third person might be. Who would be like the fun? Maybe throwing a John Daly in there. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
John Daly would make
that'd
that
be
awesome,
fun.
yeah.
That'd be a fun.
And then you feel like it'd be Daly versus Jordan. They'd be the one gambling at you. That
Oh,
you wouldn't have to get roped into losing to MJ.
It'd be
yeah.
amazing just to watch. Yeah, watch the back and forth there. It'd be great. The Diet Coke count. It'd be great.
John Daly's sitting there looking at you and Tiger. He's like, "Are you guys related?" Like,
There's been like not that John Daly just became popular, but there's been a larger uptick recently of him just hitting balls off of beer cans. Like it's become
Yes.
like
Right. It's
Yes.
become its own thing.
It really,
Yeah.
it's really. I almost think he's not even using teas anymore. Like he's just bringing 18 beers and just teeing it off.
leaning
Yeah.
into it. And his son too. They're in the PNC whatever championship.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch them. Yeah.
Oh my God! Thank you so much, the boys. Check it out.
Yes.
Check it on Amazon. I'm not halfway through, but yeah, season started. But
Yeah.
it's Amazon's great release model of you have to wait.
Yeah,
we're big weight guys.
And then yeah.
That's so smart.
Yeah, you got to build up the hype. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man. Thank you, guys.
Well,
Yeah, thank you.
anytime you want to come back, we'll drink a Four Loko next time, maybe.
Yes. We'll bring out like a Zima or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, we'll get
yeah,
anything we can find that's expired.
You're required to come back for the Cowboys movie or the football show, the Showtime show, or
Right.
if you get to play Tiger Woods.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay. We get the exclusive reveal if you ever get to play Tiger Woods. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are great. Great to meet
Thank
you
you
in
so
person,
much.
man.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.